There we go. Hey, what's going on, guys? Heads here from Infinity Loops, and today we take a look at the Rotor Geeks Blue Jay DIY kit. Now, to fit the motif of the name, the frame that they include with the kit I've noticed is blue, which is adorable. However, these things don't concern me. As you all know, I'm here to find out one thing and one thing only. Does it freestyle? So, I'm going to put together this DIY kit. Then I'll take it outside and give her a rip. We'll see how she does. We'll come back in and talk about it a little bit. So now that we have had a chance to let her rip, what do we think about it? Number one, we will start off at the build. I think it went together very, very well for a DIY kit. Everything fit together the way that it should. Majority of it is plug and play, your camera and motors. The only thing you need to solder is your pigtail, which is an XT30. The motors it comes with are Happy Model 1102 10,000 kV. They're spinning tri-blade, I believe these are Gemfan props. It has the Runcam Nano 3, which I don't care for myself that much anymore, but it's a fine camera. There's nothing wrong with it per se. I just think there's a little better picture out there now. Now on to a few changes that I made myself that you might want to consider as you are putting this kit together if you end up with one. One thing I would suggest is adding a zip tie in the back of the frame to keep your pigtail kind of snug. Don't pull it too tight, but kind of snug up against the frame, and leaving some slack between the zip tie and the solder pads on the flight controller where your pigtail goes. Just leave a little slack there. Another small change that I made was adding in some Flywoo battery pad. I mean, you don't need to use Flywoos, you can use whoever's. This is here for two reasons. One, it does help keep your battery from sliding around a little bit. Secondly is because there are two bolt heads underneath the pad here, and normally if you come down too hard on your battery, those could potentially do some damage to your battery. So for safety reasons, I just put it over those, and now it's not an issue. Another very small change I made is to the camera mount. I don't really like the TPU antenna holders on camera mounts just because normally they don't hold very well in crashes. Now this one is the same as any other, where it holds it just fine. If you start tumbling around too much though, you might kick it loose out of there. So all I do normally is just a small rubber band or really thin zip tie at the bottom of the canopy underneath the camera, and that just kind of helps keep everything secure. And if your VTX antenna does come loose out of the holster, it's stuck up high now and it won't go any lower down towards the propellers. Everything else went together really well. I flew it on these Tattu 450 milliamp 2S cells. I got about 4 to 4.5 minute flight times if I was just kind of cruising. If I was really ripping on it, I got about 3.5 to 4 minutes. If you go to their website and scroll down at the bottom of the product page for this, you will find that they do include the CLI dump. Makes things a lot easier. You can just dump their tune right on here. It includes 2 profiles to choose from. One is for a lighter battery and the other is for a heavier cell. And as far as the tune's concerned, I think it flew pretty well. The tune that they included for the cell that I was using, I just read the website and paired it up, and it flew great. I thought if there was any room for an improvement on the tune, it's not very much. It's not very far off. So if you are in the market for one of these little 2S front yard park style rippers, check out the Blue Jay over at Rotor Geeks. I'll leave a link down below where you can pick one of these up. Not sponsored. And finally, kudos to Rotor Geeks for putting out a pretty decent DIY kit. I think this one's really worth it. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves, guys.